This is an NBC News special report. Hurricane Dorian. Here's Lester Holt.
Good day, everyone. It is 5 p.m. in the east. We're coming on the air to bring you the latest on Hurricane Dorian, now just off the coast of South Carolina and bearing down on the vulnerable outer banks of North Carolina. The storm is packing fierce winds, torrential rain, and a dangerous storm surge, threatening severe coastal flooding and power outages, even tornadoes. Millions in harm's way have been warned to evacuate. Dorian became a hurricane more than a week ago, leaving unimaginable devastation and at least 20 people dead in the Bahamas, which took a sustained direct hit from the storm at its peak. NBC's Al Roker continues to follow Dorian and has the latest update. Al?
This just in, Lester, from the National Hurricane Center at 5 o'clock, 45 miles south-southeast of Myrtle Beach, 105-mile-per-hour winds. It's moving northeast now at 10 miles per hour. For Myrtle Beach this evening, winds of 55 to 85 miles per hour, 5 to 8-foot storm surge, 10 to 15 inches of rain. It continues on tonight into Friday morning for Wilmington with 60 to 95-mile-per-hour wind, storm surge 4 to 7 feet, and upwards of a foot of rain. And then the Northeast gets involved late Friday into Saturday morning. Strongest winds in Long Island and Cape Cod, 35 to 55 miles per hour. Brief periods of heavy rain and coastal flooding. Rainfall from Charleston to Kill Devil Hills, upwards of 10 inches, but isolated amounts of up to 15 inches. And 5 million people could be without power, stretching from Charleston all the way up to Salisbury, Maryland. And as you mentioned, Lester, tornadoes are being spawned right now, and we're looking at a lot of dangerous flash flooding. Back to you.
All right, Al Roker, thank you. NBC's Molly Hunter is in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Molly, we saw what it looks like on radar. What are you seeing with your own eyes?
Hey, Lester, that's right. It's about to get really bad here. Now, the winds are picking up. The rain is increasing. We can actually hear the beach is right there. That surf is wild and it's getting angrier. So in the next couple of hours is when it's going to really hit Myrtle Beach. This morning already, though, massive damage from those tornadoes that Al mentioned. So a lot of residents who weren't necessarily going to evacuate saw those tornadoes, saw that dark clouds moving in, and they got out. Now, later this evening, a lot of people, if they're not out already, they have to stay inside. More than 240,000 customers in South Carolina, Lester, already out of power. That number will certainly go up as this state braces for the worst this evening.
All right, Molly, thank you. We will continue to watch this storm closely. I'll be back shortly with complete coverage tonight on Nightly News. For now, I'm Lester Holt, NBC News, New York. Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.